Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At the outset, I would like to thank the organization, the organizers for this event. I think this is a step in a good direction. I mean, this over the years, if it continues, is going to bring out a good change in the Tibetan community. I'm sure of that. So I would like to thank CTA and TED in particular for organizing this event and for inviting us over for this, for representing a part of this event. So that was, now we come to the culmination of the final round, and I want to say that it was very, very difficult for us to decide who the winners should be. In fact, the entrepreneurs made it very difficult for us, and their standards were very high, and it took us a lot of time to actually deliberate and come to the conclusion that who should be getting the funding and who can wait for some time. So having said that, I will come over to the individual entrepreneurs who presented in front of us today, and I will just give out few points about each of the entrepreneur. Those who are not getting funding in this round should not disappear because we want them to work a little more. Otherwise, we are of the opinion that if given money now, they might just waste it. So if they work a little bit more on their business plan and they have a concrete plan ready within the next few months, I think they will be ready to get some funding. So we are not saying that your business is not good. Your business is excellent. Your ideas are good. Only thing is you need to work a little more on improving your plans. So I will start with Tendril Travel. That's Gyalpo Tashi. So he comes across as a very extremely articulate, resourceful, and experienced person. His plan is viable, and its idea is implementable. But he should not limit his model to Tibetan settlements and expand it to the other settlements like Ladakhi and even to Varanasi. So that's what our comments are about the entrepreneur and his business. Then the decisions that the jury has taken are as follows. We will earmark total of 4 lakh rupees for him. First 3 lakhs will be disbursed 3 months before the tourist season in the Leh starts. Leh Ladakh, that's what he wanted it for. This is for setting up the office and the requisite permission and 4 months of rent that he desired. Remaining 1 lakh will be disbursed on confirmation of pre-booked orders worth rupees 2 lakhs. That means once he gets the orders worth 2 lakhs, he should be given this remaining funding of 1 lakh. The cash flows from the booking should be used to sustain for the rest of the year. That's what the views of the jury are for this. Next, we come to Setan Dolkar, Tibetan iTech. The comments are as follows. It's commendable to serve as a role model in Tibetan community as a woman entrepreneur in IT space. And her dedication towards delivery and emphasis on quality is appreciated. But the website development can only serve as a short-term revenue model. She must create an own digital market place for promoting Tibetan goods / businesses, which are targeted to customers outside this settlement. So the jury feels that the final decisions as given by the juries are as follows. We are earmarking 3 lakhs for creating a digital marketing place, and same will be dispersed in 3 tranches of 1 lakh each. Now those tranches will be disbursed as follows. First tranche will be 1 lakh would be dispersed on getting business plan approved by TED. Second tranche would be dispersed on getting the beta version live with 10 businesses on the site. And the final tranche would be disbursed on final rollout within 12 months. So any doubts? Any doubts? You may ask question right now only. So there are 3 tranches of 1 lakh each. First one, get the business plan approved by TED. Second one, beta version ready of site with 10 businesses on the site. Third, final rollout. This is for the marketing place, basically digital marketing place for the Tibetan businesses. So basically, she will be helped by the Tibetan government, by the CTA, by the TED, in getting those businesses on her site. Okay, next we come to Tashi Zering and team of Ka. The comments are as follows. They're very impressed with the talent, but disappointed to come up with a focused business plan. They could not come up with any viable business plan, though their technology was par excellence. Their know-how of technology was good. We are very impressed with the use of technology. So we feel that they have a potential, but they do not have a direction. So they need a direction first before actually we can invest in them. Because if we invest in a directionless team, they would waste money. So basically they have a lack of exposure to internet-based model, and ad revenue, that is advertisement revenue is not viable for targeting children. So as they said that they will generate revenue from the ad, but their app is meant for children, for learning Tibetan language and all this custom. So how are they going to generate from the ad revenue which is focused on children? So that we were very doubtful about. Therefore, we will give them a benefit of doubt in the sense that we want to motivate them, and we know that they have a technical know-how and they can do wonders if they are guided properly. So we earmark 3 lakhs for them, subject to, subject to following conditions. First 50,000 on submission of focused business plan within 3 months. So the business plan has to be very focused. It has to be submitted within 3 months to TED. Then 1 lakh for the beta version with 1 customer. So they should develop a beta version. They should have 1 customer who is ready to pay, the paying customer, and balance on the final rollout. That's the plan. Okay, next we come to Tenzin Zigme Pain-Free Tibetan Physiotherapy Clinic. The jury found it very commendable. It supports Tibetan community, especially the elderly lot who have the pains, who needs to be relieved by all this physiotherapy. So it's a commendable job he would be doing for the community. However, it is not scalable, it is not replicable, but it is sustainable. So we agree that the business is sustainable, but it's very difficult to replicate it elsewhere, or it's very difficult to scale it elsewhere. Therefore, we will earmark 1 lakh of disbursement against the purchase of expensive equipment only. Since he wants to scale his present clinic, he needs some expensive unit. So we will give him, earmark 1 lakh for him to purchase this equipment. Okay, next we come to Kunsang Studio. The jury is of the view that the gallery is not a sustainable, scalable, or replicable model. And studio does not have any USP, and there are many competitors all over. However, the presenter is a great salesperson with an ability to move emotions. Therefore, he should be rightfully utilized to evangelize or promote Tibetan business community. He can be hired as consultant by the other startups or businesses. The final decision is no funding for this business plan, but Tenzing has a lot of potential and should be mentored and involved in TED activities, if possible, in helping other entrepreneurs in marketing and presentation skills. Finally, I come to City Momo, Tenzin Rigton. The jury is of the view that he has admirable capability to create quality food, but numbers in terms of running or the restaurant are not viable. And he has no USP. There is no barriers to the entry. It's very commodity product. Replication is a very easy task. Therefore, overall, it's not a viable business plan. So with the present business plan, no funding is recommended. Thank you. Would you like to add something? Anybody, any questions you may ask now? Any lingering doubts? Any questions? How we gone about it? So this is the time you should ask.
I have a few comments to make. First and foremost, I am appreciative of the fact that we come from outside the community. All three of us, he is in the incubator space. I advise companies which are startups, and he actually funds companies which are also startups. So we have a certain perspective that no money is free and nothing should be given for free. We deliberated in terms of even the repayment options, that how much moratorium should be given, should there be an interest rate, should people repay the money or give back to the community in some other ways. But we also realized that this is the first generation of young entrepreneurs who are coming up with business models which have hitherto not been done in this community. We are also sensitive to the fact that the diaspora is moving out and we need to bring people back and give back to the community. And therefore, the way the funding has been done, whichever is helping the community more, has been given a lot more emphasis. There are 2 or 3 other comments that I would like to make, because all of us have seen zillions of presentations for people who want funding. Number 1, make it short. If I wake you in the middle of the night and I say, what is your business plan? You should be able to say in 2 sentences, this is what I am doing. Most of you were going all over the place in terms of the presentations. Some of them were probably catering to the audience there rather than us. Okay, so yes, you might have impressed people, but please remember, we have gone through so many presentations by so many people. We are looking for numbers, we are looking for who's the target customer, and we are looking for what is the product. And that should be very clear. Maybe 3 slides is enough. And if you can't talk about it, instead of reading from the slides, then you really have not got it inside you. Okay, you should be able to talk about it to anybody. Catch hold of Zubin and start talking to him. It should be this way. No slides are necessary. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying this is I'm giving this feedback because it's also being recorded. So next year, when people are coming up, they should be seeing these recordings so that they understand how questions are asked, what is the structure, and what is expected from them. Because we cannot always stay back in this, okay, we do by gut instinct and we are gut entrepreneurs, etc. Numbers are important. If you do not have a good plan, if you do not have your costing, revenues, profits, all those things very clearly delineated, people are not going to give you money. Okay, and the time is gone when you are going to ask for money and somebody will just give it. Okay, you have to start I need to seize that money and I need to create something viable out there. And you need to be passionate about it. Okay? Some of you were very passionate, and that was very enjoyable. Okay? Some things, for example, slides, some of them, the graphics were good. But take, for example, the studio gentleman, brilliant photographs. But then the words, they were like going into the next line. The last word, the last letter of a word is going to the next line. So that totally ruins the presentation because the visual impact is lost. You have to be very, very careful. There were spelling mistakes. You have to be very careful because that shows that you are not careful enough. So are you going to be careful about my money? That's an important question. So these are important things. How are you dressed? You are supposed to dress as per the person from whom you are getting the money. You are selling to somebody. So you have to impress that person. You cannot come in jeans or anything like that because I am not interested in that. I am interested in, if you can't sell to me, can you sell to the rest of the world? Okay, so there is a certain focus that has to change. And the reason why I am giving this feedback, although again, I am very sensitive that I sound very harsh. Okay, and that again, I apologize for it because as a teacher, I am sort of entitled to start beating people up quite easily. Okay, so I'm sorry if I give the same style of comments. Okay, but these things have to be done. Okay, presentations are important. Some of you, I could see that you have prepared very well. You have actually learned the sentences and you are speaking the sentences. Okay, that is not passion. That is good preparation. Okay, it does not matter if you look at TED Talks, not this TED but other TED Talks. There are people who can't speak for nuts, but their passion comes out, and that is why people are very impressed by them. So unless you really believe in the product, you cannot say, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, I can do all these things. Okay, then make me a Taj Mahal also while you are at it. Okay, it's not working. That passion is not there. I mean, you are showing I have a lot of capabilities. But how are you going to use the capabilities? That is the more important question. I am not funding you for your capability. I am funding you for something that you are going to deliver. Please tell me, what will you deliver? Okay. So these were the deliberations that we were having. And this was the sort of a philosophical basis on which we sort of decided. The second thing is, you need to be self-funding. We are giving you money to start off. But if you are not generating revenues which are going to fund itself, then there is something wrong with the model. If your model is good, it will happen. I am giving you the seed, but I am not giving you the entire tree. You have to put water, you have to put fertilizer, you have to grow that, and that will come from inside. Okay, so we have looked at it. Some things are short-term revenue models, and some things are long-term revenue models. Wherever something is a long-term revenue model, we have given. Wherever there is a short-term revenue model, we have commented that the short-term revenue is not sustainable, but it should be used to fund the long-term model. So if there is a capital cost, we will fund it. But if there is a revenue cost, please find the money to fund the revenue. Salaries is not the right thing to ask money for. Salaries should be coming out of revenues. Initial salaries, yes. 4 months salary, yes. But if in 4 months you are not able to start generating revenues, there is something funny about this. Okay, thank you very much.